Chaos Star Luna, A True Love by Swedish Dub. Ever since Luna had returned back to Equestria after 1,000 years, she has been felt mostly lonely for herself. Even she spent a lot of time with her Celestia and some other friends. But there was just one thing that she wanted most, and that is to find her special someone. Even Luna have seen a few stallions and a couple of mares over the years, but that was long ago, before even she was banished to the moon. She haven't been on a date since before Nightmare Moons, and she often asks Celestia for any kind of advice, but she used a sense to be herself. But what she even most wants to be is to find her special someone. But Luna have always thought, will she ever find her special someone? Or will she be alone? Because she went on a date, on a speed dating in Canterlot. But every time she tried to talk to some, I don't know, stallions or mares just to see, but it never had any connection with any of them. After a while she decided to stop doing it. Because Luna didn't felt any connection with any of those people and those ponies when she talked to. So she wonders for herself, will I be alone? Will I ever find one? And sometimes she is walking around in town, see other stallions mares together with a special sun pony, and she just wonder, will she ever find her special sun pony at all? At the same time in Ponyville, Red Sparks and Discord's daughter, Chaos Star, had also felt the same. Even to be a granddaughter of Terak, she had at first a few years, but many ponies bullied her, calling her names, but that all stopped when they found out that Terak could be very much strong enough to send them to Tartarus. But that was most part of her past life. After so many years, Chaos Star found out most of her friends had a special zone pony or even were engaged or even married. A few of her friends were married and had their own families by now. Chaos Star often wonders herself, will she ever find her special zone pony, or will she ever be just alone? So one day she decided to travel to Canterlot just to meet Celestia, Luna, for just the company, to see something else was happening in Equestria. But there was just one thing that she didn't know about, because for the last 2 years she has been having dreams with her and Luna. At first she thought that this was just some sort of regular dreams that appeared from time to time, but those dreams appeared almost every night, but it was always different. Some of them were they just together, sitting under beneath stars, looking at the moon, talking. Others they were on a romantic dancing together, or rather they were in a wedding where they were getting married. She often asked her mother and her grandmother what these dreams could mean, but either of them had no idea. Galaxy Star thought maybe it was some sort of dreams that someday might be happening in real life. But she even had no idea, because she had never thought about that. But But she always told her granddaughter, just to listen to your heart. It will come when you at least know it. Galaxy Star often told her granddaughter that she will find special some pony, even she hasn't looked. But Chaos Star often lays on nights, often crying in bed, try to get over sorrow that she hasn't found a special song. But then the day when she arrived to Canterlot, she met Luna. When she saw her, it felt like her heart was beating faster and faster, almost suddenly skipping a beat, over and over. She wonders if this was some sign, some sort of a sign for her, but because she didn't know. But she met Celestia and Luna and they talked about, but then Celestia had to leave because she had some diplomatic mission to take care of in town. So Chaos Star spent the most of the day with Luna. Every time she just looked at her, she couldn't stop smiling. And she felt very happy with Luna. For all the reason she had no idea. Then she even asked Luna if she had found her special sun pony after she returned back. And Luna said she hasn't. Even she had dated or looking for some special sun pony, but at some times she couldn't find anyone. For most time she spent alone, reading, talking to Celestia, or helping out some other follow ponies, but rather from that, nothing. But then Chaos Star asked if Luna would like to maybe go out with her for dinner or something. And Luna just looked at her. She wasn't even prepared for some sort of question. But she said yes, and they said they could meet each other about 5 p.m. And then later that evening, Chaos Star was so nervous about to date Luna for the first time. And even Luna was very nervous as well. She had no idea what to do, since it has been almost 1,000 years since she was on a date with someone. But anyways, at first when they rented the restaurant, both of them felt a little bit awkward, but then Luna brought up a subject about what Chaos Star liked to do when she has nothing to do. Then she explained that she likes to read stories about ancient history. She even likes to study magic, like with her mother and her grandmother. And from that moment, the awkwardness between Luna and Chaos Star was broken. They started to talk a little bit more, and then suddenly they felt like almost anything possible for them. Chaos Star then asked Luna if she would like to maybe go out sometime again. And Luna just smiled and said that she would like to go out with her. And at the castle, later on, Chaos Star then even asked if Luna would like to be her girlfriend. But she said that she understands if she doesn't want to be with her, but just before she could finish the sentence, Luna kissed Chaos Star right there outside her own room. Chaos Star was not prepared for a kiss, and she just looked at Luna, who smiled at her and said, "Yes, I like that." So for the next couple of days, when Chaos Star was still in Canterlot, she and Luna went out on many dates, either picnics or restaurants or even to some movies. But they both still want to be with each other. Even Luna said to Chaos Star that she had to go home soon. And Chaos Star thought about that, and maybe she could stay in Canterlot a bit longer, because she hasn't no any particular work back home. And Luna didn't mind if Chaos Star stayed in Canterlot a little bit longer. So, and Celestia, she was actually happy to see that Luna had her special somebody, and even Chaos Star's own parents. Even that Discord was a little bit skeptical of it even work between Chaos Star and Luna, because he had always said to his own daughter, if this work, I have no idea. Honey, this might not even work, because she's 1,000 years older than you are. Are you even sure that you want to be with her? And Chaos Star often said back as an answer, yes, I want to be with her. I love her, father. She's the love of my life. And Discord can see and feel that his daughter was actually telling the truth. And he can even see the passion in her eyes that she was really in love with Luna. And one day, when Chaos Star was in her grandfather's old home for a visit, she received a letter from Celestia, told that Luna was not well. She had been sick for almost a couple of days now, and she still had this very high fever, but it wasn't serious, but she wants you to know that. And Chaos Star then left her great uncle and returned back to Canterlot to be with Luna, to look after her, reading some stories for her, cooking some dinner for her, just to be there every moment as possible. And Luna appreciated that Chaos Star would be there for her, to look after her, because Celeste couldn't be there almost every time, because he had to take care of the royal duties of her and to raise the moon and lower the moon, raise the sun every day, until Luna was much better again. She had even taken with Chaos Star to a meadow just a little far from city, just to have some sort of night picnic. And it was the most beautiful night, for most perfect for them both. It was just perfect. There was just full moon, and the star was a little bit more brighter than usually do. But that was just something that Luna had made just for them both, because she had planned for something special. Even they had just been dating for a couple of months, she felt that Chaos Star was the right person, the right pony for her. So she asked her to marry her. And Chaos Star, it was more than a shock to her that Luna proposed to her so soon. She thought Luna thought maybe it was too early, or it was a mistake to propose to her so early. But then she felt, no, it is the right time. It is time to propose to her, to ask her the big question. And Chaos Star even answered with a yes, and she just jumped over Luna and hugged her and kissed her over and over. She was so happy, and so she had crying tears. But they didn't tell any of their friends or family until the next day. Celestia, she was way overexcited about this news, because she has actually looking forward to see this. And Galaxy Star, Tirak, Discord, and Red Sparks, all of them were very much happy. And even Sombra, and even Leia, We're also so happy to see that Chaos Star was going to be married. And just a couple of weeks later, the wedding was a full start in Canada. This talk about this wedding, but talk for weeks, just during the weeks before the month of this wedding started. Nothing else was much talked about except from the wedding. And after the wedding, the Chaos Star and Luna went to Las Vegas for their honeymoon for 3 weeks. And they both really had so much great time there, seeing a lot of great comedy shows, even went on restaurants, even played some games there, but this is so much fun. Because Luna felt really whole with Chaos Star, and Chaos Star even felt happy and connected as well with Luna. And barely 4 years after, Chaos Star and Luna wanted to start a family, so they had asked Twilight for help. And she helped them. At first, Chaos Star became pregnant and she had twins, 2 daughters. It was Halfdan Alicorn and Halfdan Kentaur as well. And 3 years later, Luna became pregnant and she had 2 sons. And they were full Alicorn. And that's how Chaos Star and Luna found true love and got a big family. The end.